Thank you. We will now have the lighting of the United Memorial Candle in honor of the late Miss Wilma Adams, Mr. Charles Edwards Jr., Mr. Kenneth Hatton, and Miss Magdalene Jackson Chambers by Miss Faye Jackson Anderson and Mr. Darrell Sanders. Although Faye is lighting the candle on behalf of her sister, Magdalene Jackson, who was just recently funeralized, and she's also lighting on behalf of the deceased. Thank you. We will now have a selection by Ms. Alberta Hope Wilson.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved the wretch like me. Oh, I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Through many danger tossed and snare, I have already come. We know there's days to sing God's praise, and then we first begun. Praise God, 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 praise God. Avon community, praise God, praise God, praise God.
Amen. Thank you, Alberta, for that beautiful rendition of Amazing Grace. At this time, we have a brief dedication. And when I read the sentence, just say, we dedicate this community. Brethren, sisters, and friends, we have assembled to dedicate the Avon Community Revitalization Project to God. The people in the community shall be dedicated to the service of the Lord, and they shall live lives worthy of the gospel of Jesus Christ. We dedicate this community. And on this last one, you just say we do. Do you now give this community to God for the upbuilding of his kingdom?
We do.
Even so, Lord Jesus, glory to God forever and ever. Amen.
Amen.
At this time, the message I chose for you today, which is brief, is stay focused on your divine assignment. There comes a time in your life when you must take time out just for God and yourself. Pray, meditate on his word, seek his guidance, listen, and adhere to what God is speaking into your spirit regarding your purpose and your divine assignment. Initially, God issued your divine assignment before you were conceived. And He has already devised a plan for you to fulfill what He has placed on the inside of you. You may not always relish the path of your destination or the timeline that it takes, but nonetheless, you will get there right on time. When you completely accept your divine assignment, you will experience some turbulence, opposition, and conflicts of interest that can impede your progress toward that assignment. You must always trust God's word, embrace who you are, and realize your journey is an experience leading to a higher calling on your life. Therefore, you will eventually have a safe and successful landing. You know that you are on the right path and very close to achieving God's purpose for your life when your divine assignment becomes extremely difficult, spiritually, physically, emotionally, or financially. This is not the time to give up, to lose steam, or to accept defeat, but it is time to stay focused, to think creatively, to press forward, and to stand and be vigilant. Just remember, when you think that you have exhausted all possibilities, you haven't. When you can't go in the front door, politely take a side entrance. You will succeed if you don't quit. We must always realize who we are and refuse to allow others' perceptions and probabilities to confine, define, and decide our destination. Jeremiah 1:5 states, "Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee." Therefore, you are who God says that you are, and you can be anything that God has placed on the inside of you. Although victory will not be accomplished without conflict, and you will encounter others' personal agendas, you must refuse to accept defeat of your dreams and take steps toward the goal of becoming who God created you to be. You must be relentless and dare with bold tenacity to redesign a healthy environment conducive to where you are going. That includes people who sincerely want to see you succeed, will support your endeavors, and encourage, challenge, and stimulate you. You must embrace excellence. Empower yourself with education, exemplary mentors and role models, and the latest information about your desired interests. Whether you work in the front or behind the scenes, you must stay steadfast and unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. And through faith in God, you will overcome the odds stacked against you. Follow your authentic passion, and you will achieve greatness. I pray that God blesses all of your endeavors. I told you it would be brief, but to the point. And just remember that you can do anything that God has placed on the inside of you. And there are some people that felt like we wouldn't achieve our goals, with the Avon project. And what we do is we don't deal in negativity. We deal only in the positive things. And so I feel that as long as we have all the great people backing us, and city representatives and all of you all, just people from so many various backgrounds, Mr. Ernest Sumner, Ms. Mary Harris, and Ms. Pat Johnson, and so many others, and Chief Robert Hampton, just so many people, backing us. We have a lot of people that's supporting us now. They're not even here tonight, but they did state that they do support us. And we've had some that had surgery today, like Suzanne's husband, but he's here. And let's give him a hand.
Amen.
And he's here with us today. And Mary Graham's mother, she's our supporter. And Mary's our guest hostess for the registration. And her mother had surgery today, and she sent her love and support because her mother did support our first initial 2 events, the cookout and also the reunion that was held at Jackson Cafeteria. So it's just a lot of people that keep me going. And I told you all the first day of the cookout on Ryan Street in Avon community, I told you, I said, if you support me, I will stand for you and I will fight for the Avon community
Amen.
until we achieve all of our goals and
Amen.
objectives. And so you're here today representing, and that lets me know that I am going to fight until that area is revitalized, which it will be a beautiful place once it's revitalized. You all know that. It's on the main drag of Long Avenue, and I think it's an asset to the city of Gastonia, and it would be really beautiful. And I think it helps the image of the city of Gastonia. Amen. Because I love Gastonia. I do. I love it. I really do. So we want to work together with the Mayor Pro Tem, City Council, and so many other organizations to make it come to fruition. I want to say something right now regarding Mayor Walker Reed. Would you come down here, please?
Amen.
Say a few words. I want to say that I want to thank you for coming. I want to say I appreciate both of you, and I'm working with Dr. Curlin, who's also the city councilman over Ward 2. I brought him in, and he's also Mayor Pro Tem, and Walker Reed is the mayor.
Yes!
Walker Reed, our mayor, and Mayor Pro Tem.
That's right.
We're gonna pull this off because we love Gastonia too.
That's right. That's right.
Get together, and we're gonna make it happen.
Amen.
Do it in a unified manner.
Amen.
Okay? So whatever the city comes up with, and I know they're gonna do a great job. Mr. Dale Denton is here with us, and he's working with the whole council, just everybody. And I just thank all of y'all. And we're gonna work this thing out. We're gonna work
Amen.
And
Amen.
Gastonia, I love you, and we're gonna help change the image. And anything I can do to help change the image of Gastonia, that's what I plan to do.
Amen.
And
All
I
right.
feel like God has called me to do that and to unite people.
All right.
We're gonna stand together with our leaders. And thank y'all so much.
Woo!
I wanted to just come by and try to support the efforts that you all are making for your community. The best way to get something done is to get involved with your community. Often people call the city and say, why don't you all do this? Why aren't you all doing that? But we find that once you prove that you want it done, and you're willing to get behind the efforts, things have a better way of getting done.
Amen.
So I want to commend you all for coming together and saying that we want to bring back the Avon community. I see a lot of the residents, former residents of Avon here. It says a lot. And action always speak louder than words.
Yes.
So I'm so happy to see you here. I see our representative Jennifer Stepp here. She represents Ward 5 on the City Council. And one thing I wanted to do as mayor, we all are elected officials. And I made it clear up front that I can't be everything for everybody.
That's right. That's
We
right.
have councilmen that represent the 6 wards throughout the city. And the same people that generally go vote for me, vote for them. But they expect me to do everything. And I admire my Mayor Pro Tem and council representative for Ward 2, Dave Curlin. I understand he was at the first meeting when I was out of town at a conference, and now he's here tonight. But it's not fair to just hold me accountable when we have 6 other people that you elected as well.
All right.
So I'm just asking that when you have problems in your various wards throughout the city, start with your council members. Make them accountable for the vote that you gave them, if you voted. Now, if you didn't vote, you need to vote.
Amen.
I also want to recognize the staff that's here, the city staff that's here.
Amen.
We're here to support you, but we need you to support us as well. So, Ms. Clinton, thank you very much for what you're doing. You set Murder School on fire with your efforts and trying to make it better. And now you couldn't ask for a better person to be
All right.
here.
That's right.
Avon. She made a tremendous difference in the murder community. And when I heard about what you were doing on Avon, I said, if anybody can get it done, Big Click can get it done.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you all for coming out. Thanks for city staff, Community Foundation, Habitat. I see.
All right.
I don't want to get started departments. So you know who you are. Thank you very much for coming out.
Woo!
That's right. Everyone good?
I gotta get everybody.
Okay, at this time, we will have a report from the City of Gastonia, City Councilman Dr. Dave Curley. I like to give respect.
Amen.
Mayor Pro Tem, and he represents Ward 2, which includes the Avon community.
All right.
Thank you, Ms. Clinton. First of all, I want to say, if it wasn't for this woman, we wouldn't be here tonight. And if it wasn't for this woman, she wouldn't bring to light some much needed repairs and attention to the Avon community. So our hats go off to her first and foremost, because it's this type of citizen that sees a problem, identifies it, and says, we need to get involved as a community.
That's right.
And not just pick up the phone and call your council person or call your mayor or call your city staff and say, go fix this, but let's get together and work together to make a better community. And we all know that the best community is one in which all parts are strong. And so this is now our chance to make this community strong, so that Gastonia will be a better place for
That's
everyone.
right.
So I have quite a laundry list of things that we've already been able to accomplish through city staff, and I want to give them all the credit, because all I did was make a phone call, and they rolled up their sleeves and got to work. And there's a lot of work to do in the Avon community. So, and pardon me if I bore you a little bit, but I think it is important that you know what has been accomplished so far. So I'm just going to kind of go down the list. So some of the things that have been done so far: all rights of way were mowed and the following general maintenance concerns were addressed. All street signs and road markers have been checked and replaced if needed. We've cleaned trash and debris off the dead ends of Reading Street and North Ryan Street. We've performed overhead trimming at Reading Street and Ratchford Avenue and Parham Street and North Chestnut Street. We've replaced and installed additional end of road markers on North Ryan Street, bladed the edges and shoulders of the roads, swept all the streets, repaired a water leak at the corner of Ryan and Parham, and fixed a related pothole, repaired potholes on Parham Street, replaced the entire storm drainage system at the corner of Avon Street and Ratchford Avenue, and staff has removed over 40 old tires from the neighborhood, some large tree stumps, various leaf piles, and collected all the abandoned trash carts. Furthermore, we have installed LED street light replacements, and during this project, we also trimmed any trees that were overhanging the utility lines, did a general cleanup of loose or dangling wires. Staff has accessed the status of the road conditions for the streets in the area and found that overall the streets are in relatively good condition and only required some minor street maintenance. The street paving ratings in the Avon neighborhood ranged from 72 and 74 to 85 and 90, with the rating of 100 being a newly resurfaced street in the 2014 pavement condition survey. Thus, no Avon streets made the current resurfacing list. A new 2018 study will be completed this fall, so we will upgrade the rating of all those streets, and if they fall to a certain level that require repair, well then they will be repaved. On Tuesday, May 15th, our Director of Community Services, Vincent Wong, drove the neighborhood with Ms. Clinton to consider what help the city could offer and improve the state of some of the houses. Right now, many of the properties are rental and not owner occupied. Federal regulations limit our ability to make use of CD block grant or home program funding because of this. This really limits the city's ability to do much repairs to the actual structures. Right now, we are better able to help with public infrastructure improvements like lighting, streets, utilities, etc. Staff has evaluated the area for violations, and they've issued 16 public nuisance violations, these being for the reasons of high grass, debris or trash on the property, tires, lumber, furniture on porch, or junk vehicles on the property. 5 housing violations for reasons of porch railings, boarded windows, or exterior paint. And these violations are being worked on or in various stages of progress. Still to be done, we plan to do crack pouring in the streets is added to the pouring program list, which means you actually fill those cracks, with asphalt, and those will be completed this fall. So there are other things that we want to do that we haven't yet to accomplish. We've reached out to one of the major landlords, and I've attempted to reach her, and I have not actually gotten a return phone call this week. So we're trying to interface with her and see where she is in terms of, doing more renovation of her properties, because a lot of what goes on there is really the responsibility of the property owners.
That's right.
And that's where we have a big problem. So we hope to work with that individual or individuals and see what we can do to encourage those properties to be brought up to better condition. Of course, we all need to take care of our own properties, at least what we can, the yards, but those physical structures, we have to look to the property owner to make those repairs. So we hope we can work with them and encourage them to really do a better job. So in reference to things like the park project and the Memorial Garden project, those are projects that would fall in line with what we're doing with our master plan for parks and recreation right now. And that citizens group is now just starting to meet to do that planning process. And so as we go forward in that process, I will be sure to represent the community, to let the Parks and Rec Department know that this is something that the community desires, and we can see where we can put this in the master plan overall project. So that's how we were approached that particular issue. So, but we are all here to work together. I'm so proud and pleased that we have a good response here. Pleased that we have the community here, at least hear some of these concerns, and we have some very, influential folks that have resources that may be available, but at least now you don't know what you can do until you know there's a problem, and then this is at least making awareness of the problem. So this is a good thing, and we put it on a few more radar screens tonight, which is good. That doesn't hurt. So, but this is where we stand with the city right now. I'm very proud of our city staff. They've responded in a very rapid and responsible way, and they'll continue to do these things. If you all have particular issues with regard to the streets, the lighting, debris, things of that nature, please reach out to the city on an individual basis. See, the city really works from a complaint basis. The city doesn't drive around in their vehicles and look for these problems. Their resources are somewhat limited, and so they really count on the citizens to reach out to them. But once they hear of a problem, they get right to it. So do not hesitate, as problems should arise, to reach out to us, and we will address it. So, but I thank you for your time and attention, and thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Councilman Curlin, for that spectacular report from the city of Gastonia. And also to Mayor Rumble, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for encouraging us. Makes me lighthearted. Amen. I like to fight the way, you know, the positive manner, But I just thank y'all so much, everybody, for coming out tonight. You all look so beautiful, and you're all so special, and you're doing something great, and you're part of history, and you're gonna make history. And I have just a couple things I wanted to say. Also, Keep Gastonia Beautiful, a Dr. Street project. We will be working in partnership with Keep Gastonia Beautiful and Pat Johnson, who is the administrator. Pat, would you stand up again, please? I've known Pat for many years. Matter of fact, Pat, I did present you with an award, didn't I?
You did?
Some years ago. I sure did. And we will organize community cleanup, beautification, and adopt the street projects within the Avon community area. The Avon Community Heritage Book, we're going to develop that and publish that particular book. But we need for all of you to start turning in names of your family members and your parents and other historical data, so that we can start working on the Heritage Book. Avon Community Heritage Day will be Saturday, August 18, 2018, 5 o'clock p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. at the Farmers Market, which is, as you know, the former Love Park. And that's on Long Avenue. We have our opening ceremony, entertainment, games, and food on that particular day. And try to get a lot of our city officials, to attend the opening ceremony. We have something special we really want to do that particular day. Community revival. Some ministers do want to participate with community revivals in that area, off and on, to keep information out there about the community alive. And so I'll be working with various ministers and their congregations. Will be coming out actually to do those revivals. Other than that, is there any questions? Because we're just gonna move forward and keep pressing. We're still working every day, so don't think we're not, because we are going to be working every day, keeping in touch with the City of Gastonia and so many other organizations. Ms. Mary Harris, I want to thank you for coming also, and Mr. Ernest Sumner, would you please stand again, both of you? And Mr. Sumner, would you like to say something else? Okay, Ms. Mary Harris, anything else you want to add to it? Okay, thank you. But I want to tell you all, we are working with landowners, property owners over there, and I have made contact with one of the major property owners, and she is an attorney out of town. She's working on behalf of her mother here. Her mother's in Covenant Village, but she is an attorney, a big-time attorney for that matter, and she's also her power of attorney. And she did tell me, we spoke at length, and it was like we became friends. And she did tell me that she wants to see the Avon community revitalized, and she's really excited about it. And so I've spoken with several other property owners. We have some more property owners that we will be talking with. I think Matt, your daughter, Monica,